Here's what I think happened to the Sopranos characters after the finale. Paulie is asked to take over North Jersey, but is too scared to become the boss given what happened to Bobby and Sil. He changes his name to Petey Almonds, packs up his stuff, and moves to a Florida retirement community where he runs bingo night like a mob boss. After a few years, Patsy takes his mother to look at retirement communities the same way Tony took Meadow to look at colleges, and he hears Paulie's, "What do you hear? What do you say?" coming from the bingo hall and whacks him. Sil came out of a coma and tried to cop a feel on his nurse, so she unplugged his ventilator. Melfi wrote a fictional novel about the mafia using Tony's stories and did a Barnes & Noble book tour. When she hears no one's taking care of Carmela, she donates half the proceeds from the book to her. Carmela traveled to Italy with Ro, claiming it was just a vacation, but really she went there to look for Furio. When she's there, she finds out Furio has married a woman who looks and talks exactly like her, and they have 2 kids together. She goes back home, sad and bitter, and eventually turns into a carbon copy of Livia Soprano. Ro switched from chain-smoking cigarettes to an herbal vape. AJ stays living with Carmela in her basement and spends his days going live on Twitch and running a podcast about rap music. Meadow went back to driver's ed and learned how to properly parallel park. Then she finished her law degree, and after a few years of practicing, she got bored, so she started working in the family business, working her way up the ranks to become boss so she could take care of Carmela the way Tony took care of Livia, and AJ the way Tony took care of Janice. Janice hangs around Carmela long enough to see if there's any extra cash, and when she finds out there's no money for her, she starts selling Herbalife weight loss supplements on Facebook. When the company gets investigated for being a pyramid scheme and the Justice Department wants to question her, she flees back to Seattle and becomes a Scientologist. Ginny Sack bought a bunch of Herbalife supplements from Janice, but they just sat on a shelf in her pantry. And finally, Tony,